microphone's turned off for some reason. There we go. That better, honey? That was sort of surprising. I'd never had that happen before. I must have hit the button accidentally. Come on, let's behave up here. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. So anyway, I was looking at these pearls and trying to decide how I wanted to work these. But I'm not sure. And I have been debating trying knotting, but I'm not sure about that either. It's one of those things. Hey, Dominique. And I have that big, huge, beautiful crystal that I have been thinking of making into a sun catcher. So we have all kinds of odds and ends things. I did take most of the bags out from beside me that were here. I took them to my bedroom and just threw them out all over the bed, and I had a pile of spacers about yay high and about that wide. So I was separating spacers most of the day yesterday. I did get some of them put away, but others are still in their baggies because I actually had enough that even though I had a full rack of my test tubes that I put them in, which is 24, I filled that one with silver and I still have more silver left. I have one more rack of 24 that I have to break out of its storage spot, but I have to decide whether it's going to get bronze or gold or we're going to keep with the silver or what I'm going to do with it. So lots still to do. I found a whole, from what was over here, I had a whole big baggie. You've been dozing in and out all morning? Oh, if you fall back asleep, that's great, Heather. You need to sleep, obviously, to heal. So anyway, I have this, I found a really giant baggie full of glass beads, more glass beads in this stuff over here, and a smaller bag of gemstones. So I definitely have a lot more stuff to put away because I hadn't finished what I had sorted out in the first place, let alone the new stuff that I just did. So I was sort of like, gross. This is not good. You got to start putting things away when you get them. And if you do that, they won't be such a mess. So, Georgina, I have your address. So, I haven't really decided what I want to make today. I've just been sort of playing with all these odds and ends things I have. I did, this is chains and such in this baggie. I haven't really sorted it out yet. One of the things I have in here are a lot of those bracelet pieces that you can, that Beadbox Bargains has, that you can, the adjustable ones. Like this one is the cloth one. It's gray. And then I have one of those in brown as well. And I have, but I also have the chain ones that are chains that you hook pretties onto. Can't really see it in the baggie, so let's pull it out. So it's got like this, and it's got this little nut that pulls to adjust it. And you just put your beads up here on a strand, and it makes a really, it's really simple to make a bracelet this way. So I do have those still beside me, as well as some other chains. So you've got one of these? They're fun. Oh, you love these earrings? I made these on one of my lives. See the Botswana agate. Surprise. But so we have that. Now Dominique says she's going to make today's she's going to make earrings to match the lariat she made yesterday. I thought that was really pretty. So I have those little bracelets, the little in some gold and silver, and I even have one in rose gold. And this one was actually one of my free gifts, which surprised me when it showed up. Because, I mean, I think, how much was I paying for those? $2.49 for the gold ones. So that's not a cheap free gift. So I have a whole bunch of those in here. And as well as some chains. Oh, there's 2 gray ones and 2 brown ones. There's another rose gold one. Now here's a rose gold one I bought. That was $1.79. So very nice free gift. But I have a lot of those bracelet pieces in here. Those are some of those little push pin crimps. I like them all right, but I think they're too, I don't like the expense of them, so I haven't really bought them. Well, there's some purple leather, suede leather. So obviously I haven't gotten this bag for a while because I'm finding weird things in here. There's some black leather, but I think it's 1.5 rather than the 2 I like the best. Not a bad thing to do anyway. Ah, hi Mary. So I got quite a few of these little bracelet pieces. So there's some chain in here as well. There's some little ends of Coriana chain too. So hard to let yourself throw that stuff away when there's not very much of it. But so, silver one. What's this one? Oh, some more of those little push pin things. To consolidate those into one so that they're all the same. But I have odds and end things. It's chain. Another bracelet piece. Those are those little bales. So the question is, do I want to make a bracelet with one of these odds and end pieces? We could. They're not hard. Actually, this purple leather might be pretty for using on one of the let your brain connect, Rose. Using on one of the large beads that we got the other day with the in our kits, the pink ones. I wonder how they would go with that. Oh, let's see. Come on, babies. Let's get out of the way. Oh, this is not the companion. This is the regular one. And I guess I should turn down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Would always be nice, right? So let's turn us down here. Are Lily and Finn in a safe place? Lily's complaining to my daughter that she wants to be fed. Finn is in his basket in the living room. I already checked that fact. So, and that's pretty. Though I don't know if it will go through these because it's not round. But Come here. Cut this at an angle. No, doesn't want to go in, which is too bad because this is a pretty color. Oh, thank you, Heather. That's sweet. And yes, I appreciate it when you do hit like, because that helps my algorithm quite a bit. And by that, for those of you who don't think about it, don't know what I'm talking about, the algorithm, the more likes you have, if you're on YouTube and you get the up next videos, that's how it helps, because then I'm more likely to get put on the what's next thing in your list of stuff that will pop up for suggestions on what to watch. And when we get that what's next, it's always helpful, because sometimes that means we might get a new subscriber, or you might even get a new member. But it also, it just gives us some, if they do watch that, then and then they watch the ads, or even watch a little portion of the ads, that goes to our income. So it's very helpful for us. So something to think about. So I'm thinking we may just make at least one of these little bracelets. And you can use this, you can put this together any way you want, whatever you want to put on here. You can use leather, you can use just beading wire. I usually just use beading wire. I'm not going to use this, obviously, because it just won't fit. But we can take a couple of our beads and we can use any spacers, because I'm going to use beading wire on this. We'll just use pink. Now this has got sort of large holes for beading wire, though I think these aren't that bad. But I'm going to see if my tubing will go in here. It will. So that will make, I can slim my holes down by putting some of my beading wire in here. My beading tubing. Now this is a really small diameter tubing for, smaller beads like this that have holes that are big, but not really, really big. I do have, though I'm almost out, I have to order some more from Beadalon. That's where I get this from, is from Beadalon. I need a heavier diameter to go in the ones with larger holes, like my well, I had one sitting here so I could show you what I mean. The ceramic beads and my golem beads, see how much bigger of a hole this is? This will probably go on this leather if I wanted to use it. But this, see, that's just, it fills it a little bit, but hardly any. And if I didn't have bigger tubing, I would probably put seed beads in this to fill that spot in. You love my bracelet stack? Well, one of them is the one I made from stuff from you, Heather. And then this is one I made. This is a bone bead, this one Celtic knot here. And these are my favorite little Celtic knots here. And I made this for one of my Celtic festivals, but I loved it so much. I said, if it doesn't sell, I am keeping this puppy. And obviously it didn't sell, and it's now on my arm. This is the one I made from the Time Traveler box the other day. I really like it. I think it turned out beautifully. But for some reason, my knot just does not want to go in this bead. So I decided, well, to me, that's an error. So it's staying with me too, but I loved it, so it was no problem. Oh, thank you, Beth. Now, see, Beth and Heather have both given me a super chat. I appreciate those a great deal. So thank you very much, ladies. Hey, Dorothy, welcome over. So we're going to not use this one, though we could, but I'd need something thicker inside it because it is a white bead. But I also have sitting here this beautiful little flower here. Maybe we'll use her. I could actually put one on either side because I do have more of these. I just have to get them out of their box. Get some spacers and maybe put a leaf or two in here since we're going to use this flower. So where's my pink flowers here? There they are. So pink flowers all around. Let's see, the leaves in here are more of a really dark color. So do I have a really dark leaf? You go over there. Put you here. This one fell out of its bead right here. It's got to go back in here when I get to it. I think we may try these little spacers. I haven't used those yet, so though a little ball would be good for here. Let's see what we got here. I wonder how Saturn would look between those two flowers. Now I put a lot of these away, and actually the tubes that I have too many of these. They wouldn't fit in. So I have some of them sitting beside me so that those are the ones we're going to use up because, well, let's face it, there's too many of them in my stuff. I also have some of the corrugated ones that wouldn't fit in the box. So I kept ordering these because I'd run out. And then when I filled my tubes up yesterday, I had so many that I had too many to fit in my tubes. So I'm like, okay, time to stop buying so many of these. But we're going to do a little experimenting here and see what looks best. You see, I have my Botswana snowflake up here above me. It's so pretty. My little puppy's over here too. So we're going to just get some wire out. And I put a bead stopper on this side so that the beads won't sink into the spool, so I can see what I've got going here. So, flower. Maybe I'll see what this looks like doubled with the corrugated in the. This needs a ball spacer. I think I still have a few silver ones up here. Bronze. Oh, I forgot I had bronze. Nope, those are black, not bronze. There's a few. I like a ball spacer near leaves and hearts because they have that divot across the top of them. And the ball spacer will fill in that without creating any problems for when the next thing comes beside it. So okay, this needs I usually put this on first because it's a little harder to put on than just when it's now go over. There we go. You can make this little strand as short or as long as you want it to be. I mean, it would work with just a couple of beads if you wanted to do it that way. Let's see, that side had this one, and then this one. Let's see what it looks like. Do we like that? Okay. Get out of the way, babies. Not sure I needed both here between the leaf and the flower, but I don't dislike it either, so. So anyway, then we just need a couple of our jump rings. Now these always have a ring put on them, but they're pretty tight, so I don't try to change them. So we just need to get a couple of crimp tubes. I'll just get my beadle-on ones here. And we're just gonna put this directly on because it is already a jump ring on this side here. Though they're, like I say, they're always pretty tight, so I'm not worried about it. Pull this up as tight as I want it to be. Get my crimping pliers. That's crossed. I can see that it is, so pull that back away. Bring it up again. Get my crimping pliers in. Get the right in the divot. Scoosh. Turn. Scoosh. Tight. Let's see if this flower will go on the double strand. I do not know if it will or not because I didn't try it. Looks like it doesn't want to. So we're going to take our flush cutters And we're going to roll them right down to where it meets right there and snap that off. Now we'll roll down this way. Just cut our wire here. We don't need to cut very much, but we do want an inch or two because I do not appreciate it when I can't get a decent turn going. So now through the other side. Now remember, this wouldn't go into our little pink flower a second time. So we're going to have to intentionally bring it up to the point where we can cut this extra wire off. So down you go. So we're just going to keep wiggling it back and forth till we get our line down where we want it at. And it feels like it's being sort of argumentative, and that's fine. It'll work down sooner or later. And if it gives you problems, take hold of it with your pliers. You're not going to need this end to be in good shape, so you can just pull it down. Okay, now there is a little gap there, and that's good because your crimping pliers, your needs, anyway, your magical crimpers needs a little bit of a gap so it can go in there all right. So, and we don't want this super tight anyway. So now we're going to crimp, turn, and crimp again. And just keep rolling it around, crimping if you haven't used these very much, until you can't, when you put it in like that, you can see it's not going down anymore. It has squished the maximum amount. And cut that little bit of extra off. And voila, she's done. Very simple little bracelet. It's adjustable because these little guys pull. It's got a little silicone stopper in there. So it'll go as small or as large as you want it to. Well, I guess it won't go as small as you want it to. It's only going to go that small, but still. So, simple little bracelet. You can put these on relatively easily because all you have to do is pull this down until it'll go over your arm, put the beads in your hand, and pull this stopper. Just like that. One simple little fast to make, really pretty little bracelet. Now again, these can be as many beads as you want or as few as you want. Say you want this to be just 2 or 3 beads here. That's what you can use because this is pretty long. It allows you to do whatever you want with it. So there's one with the little silver piece. And I have the little gold one here if we want to use it. It's just the same. This chain is a little bit different on this one. This one is a little heavier on the silver one than on the gold one. See, this gold one is the same style of chain, but it's a more delicate one. And it's got little crystals on the bottom instead of the little round ones. Now, I think I do have some with the little round balls on them too. They're a little bit heavier, just like these are. I like this. This one is more of an elegant style with the little crystals on the bottom. Bye, Georgina. Thank you, Dawn. Yes, I didn't notice you pop in. By all you like buying the silicone stoppers and making your own. Yeah. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Jenny. So anyway, we made this simple little bracelet. It's just a bead strand hooked to either side of one of these bracelet findings. I got these from Beadbox Bargains. Now this is the more heavy one, the silver more heavy one. And this gold one is, like I say, much more delicate. Instead of the little balls on the bottom, it has little crystals on the bottom. This one is, to me, a more elegant, for something more elegant and delicate than this one is, because this one, like I say, is heavier. So for this one, I would probably use just some really some smaller beads, some more delicate beads. Let's see if I have something beside me here that I think would work nicely. Or maybe even, well, I'm probably not going to use pink, so we'll put our pink wire away. Let's get our traveler bundle out again. And we've got, well, we may use pink. We've got pink in here. But we've got these crystals. And we've got these crystals. So we could just make a little bead strand using our crystals here. Maybe the dark ones on either side here. I'm thinking we need something else in the middle here. Just something a teeny bit bigger so it, oh, you know, it's not bigger, but it might do the trick. Got this little quadrifoil right here. I want to make a focal with something different than these. So maybe the little quadrifoil is a little smaller than I really want. Let's go get a bigger crystal. I'll be right back. Let's put you in the middle. And I think we're going to switch these lighter colored ones out for some darker colored ones to have some contrast here. Ooh, pearls. Yes, that might be pretty. I also have these little peanut crystals that are a little sideways. I brought a couple of those over, deciding whether we want to use those. I do have come here, you. A Baroque pearl. Let's take the big crystal out of the middle. Put the Baroque pearl. It's pretty, but I like the crystal better. Now we can make this bigger than this if we want, because like I say, these can have as long or as short of bead strand as you want to use. Oh, the little pearls. Yeah. Yeah. I was going for the crystal because it does have the crystals at the bottom of our chain. So, let's leave a couple of these out in case I decide to make it longer. So now because we're using this, I'm going to go for some, come on. No, we don't want a purple. I guess we'll just go with white. I want gold. I think I have some in here somewhere. Gold. So now this one is an outlet cell soft flex gold, and it's not because there's anything wrong with it really. What they put them in the outlet cell because sometimes when they make them, they're either A, not quite the color they want them to be, or B, they have little black spots on them every once in a while. I don't care about little black spots. Little black spots don't bother me any. Actually, I'm thinking I might want another one like this. Yeah. So let's see what this looks like. You like their closeouts? Yeah, they're good. This probably cost me about 2/3 of its regular price for this big, huge spool because it was one of the outlet wires. And like I say, the only thing really wrong with them generally is they're not quite the color they wanted, number A, or B, they have little teeny weeny black spots on the wire sometimes. Oops. Boy, I almost dropped that. That's not good. We don't want to do that. So voila, little bead strand, very pretty. And it'll go really well with our little delicate piece here. And we don't need all these because we decided not to use those. So got plenty of wire over here, so we'll just cut this right here. Put my gold back in the drawer. So now we can just put this on. Now I could have added more spacers if I wanted to, but this one is one I just wanted the crystals to shine, so to speak. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, your beads cover up the black spots anyway. So who cares, right? Hey, Dorothy. So we're going to get a couple of our gold crimp tubes out, and we're going to hook this baby onto this necklace. This bracelet finding here. Now, these are not atrociously expensive. I think one of them was $1.89, and the other one was $79. So, you know, simple to make this nice bracelet, these nice bracelets with these simple little, with these pretty little pieces here, and easy way to make a really pretty but very simple bracelet. Yeah, pearls would look good on one of these. I wanted this one to be crystal, mainly because, well, for one, I used part of the Time Traveler Companion Bundle here. Well, actually, I did on both because these beads were from the Time Traveler Companion Bundle. And the crystals, other than those, and this big one, were from the Time Traveler Companion Bundle. So, go here. Now this one's ending is a little different. It is actually a closed ending. It's not a jump ring. It's actually hooked right on there like a little finding. So that's a nice little touch there. Makes it much more secure. So let's get this little baby all the way down here and crimp it. So into the divot, the little crimp goes, and squish, turn, squish. Now I'm going to really have to test this because even though this is a medium wire, see how it just moved? My crimp isn't holding. And that happens sometimes with this stuff because this is a thinner wire. Even though it's a medium wire and it's 19, it's an extreme, so it's a little bit thinner. Let's see if I got it that time. There. Now we seem to have it. That's good. Okay. Now let's see how many of these beads will go over the top here. This one will. When I'm using an extreme color, I always make sure that I test my crimp thoroughly because they will not latch as tight. Usually, I cut a lot more than that than I needed because of the fact that even though they're supposedly still the 19 wires, they are a little thinner. Now, another way you can combat that is to put 3 wires in here, but then you have to cut one. And if I can help it, I don't want to cut them. So I'm going to go down to here with this one. It's quite a ways down, as you can see. Bring it down. Okay. We're going to crimp. Push that down some. Now we're going to get our in the divot there and squish and turn. Squish, turn, and squish. Now let's make sure we held. Looks like she is. So we can cut our extra wire off. And now we have the delicate little gold one with crystals. Pretty. Again, this works just the same way. You just use, this leather needs to get out of my way. You just pull the little silicone stopper back and forth And we have a really delicate little crystal bracelet now on gold. Two bracelets really fast. Doesn't take long to make it all. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Jan. I know I can do that. I just don't do it very often. Because you have to cut that piece off and it makes a place where it can get a scratchy spot. Now, I don't use Guardians unless I'm working on putting my wire against something that I know is really, really abrasive. And I don't use Guardians because it's just simply introducing another piece of metal to your bead strand. And the one and only time I've had a bracelet break was right at the edge of the Guardian because the Guardian rubbed the wire. And so I don't use them anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore unless, like I say, I'm putting it on something really abrasive. I made a sun catcher once, which had a really beautiful brass filigree at the top, but of course it's cut, so there is abrasive spots. So I did use Guardians there, but normally I don't. And if I do decide to use one, I make sure I rub my finger across the edges of it to make sure there's no sharp spots. It is metal. It can have a sharp spot. So just be careful of that. If you're going to use Guardians, make sure that you rub your finger across the ends and make sure you don't have any sharp spots on your Guardian, because your Guardian can destroy your wire just as easily as your jump ring, which to me, my jump ring is probably smoother on the edge than the Guardian is. So I'm not going to introduce something to my stuff that could be more abrasive than what's there already. So there is our two bracelets. I'm using our pretty little bracelet findings that you can, so all you got to do then is hook them on like you would just anything. See what? Oh my goodness, we're really early. It's only, we've not even close to an hour yet. We got like 12 minutes left. And let's face it, I always do more than an hour. Hey, puppy dog, you don't fall sideways. You stand up straight. I have my pretties that Heather gave me yesterday up here at the top of my mat. See, I got this little puppy. Isn't he cute? And I have this gorgeous Botswana snowflake. I think it's just stunning. So it's sitting there too. So anyway, there's our two bracelets. Now I was talking about making another lariat come on, open up. Like Dominique did yesterday, but I would be using this as a slide. And it would go on one side and our now she did a beaded slide, which was really, really pretty. But I've been thinking about using this as one, but I haven't made one yet, so it's not an issue right yet. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Sid. So we made these two little bracelets using bracelet findings from Bargain Bead Box. And I do have more of these. These are, and I even have them in this cloth. They do make them with cloth. I've got two of these browns and two gray ones. Nope, that's the other brown one. Oh, this is a darker brown. Oh, it is a different number. Okay. And then I have a gray one. I have one of these little guys, the gold one, the really delicate one in a rose gold. And this, see, this is the heavier one. I think it is anyway. No, it's the same. I know I have a heavier one though, of those type. There's the heavier gold. So these are really pretty little bracelet findings. They're really easy to use, as we stated already. I got another one of the silvers, but I don't have the delicate silver. I think I just have the regular silver. The regular gold. So, but now these are, you know, make these ones like this, really pretty, really delicate. Well, these are too delicate. This is less delicate, but they're, you know, they're really easy. You just have to make a tiny little bead thing. And like I said, if you wanted, you could just use one bead and put it together. It's long enough. You can do that. Yeah, and that's why I don't use them. They're sharp on the ends. Can you see what I'm wearing on my wrist? Ta-da! I have a stack of 3 stretch bracelets here. This one is the latest one I just made with our Time Traveler bundle. This one I used, this focal bead and the pink Botswana are from Heather, and then I added my own gray Botswana in to make this stretch bracelet. When I actually made this bracelet on air, I made a regular bracelet and it had a lobster claw. But for myself, I prefer a stretch bracelet, even though I know that sooner or later it's going to break, but I prefer them. They're easy to get on and off. They fit my wrist pretty good. So so I switched it over to an elastic stretch bracelet for myself. And then this is one we made this summer for my Celtic festival, but I really loved it. And I said, if it doesn't sell at my 2 Celtic festivals, it's coming home with me. And so it did. Come home with me, I should say. It's got a little tiny bit of Connemara marble on it, and some glass shamrocks, and some real pretty Celtic knots. So that's my stack for today. I have about 5 or 6 others that I wear occasionally, but those are the ones I wanted to wear today. French wire. I have never tried French wire. I'm not even sure where you would get it around here. So anyway, these ones are a cloth, though they work the same way. Well, they're a little different. I'll show you what I mean. See how these ones both come down like this? Let's grab one of these out. So we'll just take the gray one. By a little different, what I mean is because it still has this silicone piece in the middle. However, our ends are on either side here. Ta-da, see? And then these guys come out the edges. So you would pull these two to tighten it and loosen it. And personally, I don't like them as much because I'd like them to both be on the same side, but they aren't because the way they're set into this nut here. But they work more or less the same, and they're more of a, to me, more of an everyday kind of thing, because, you know, this would be more casual in my opinion, because these are nicely set here, though. They're not jump rings. They're actually the wire ends, or leather ends, whatever you want to call them. And so they sit real nice. But because it is a cloth, sort of like a canvas almost, I feel this is more of a casual wear kind of thing. But I really don't like the way they sit here. They drive me nuts. But there, I got it to sit better. So this is still the same way, though. You just put a little bead strand between here and there. Like I say, this one would be more of a casual wear to me. Lily's talking again. Yeah, she's back in the back of the room. She's trying to get my daughter to feed her. She doesn't need fed. She's a big girl, and she thinks she needs to eat constantly. She's wrong. She doesn't. So we have our gray. And you know what? Let's make this one up too. But we're going to use some gray beads with it. I do have some. Where are my gray beads at? Way up on top. Okay. Come here, you. Come down so I can get the gray beads out. That's white. Don't want white, want gray. Let's go with this one. What, Lil? I do know she's not trying to alert me that Finnegan's in the bedroom locked in again, because my daughter's telling her to be quiet. Okay, so we have gray beads. These are ones that are half matte and half have a little stripe around them that is well, on some of them, but not all of them are. But they're sort of pretty. We might put those at the end. Nah. How about you guys? Though these are very shiny. I'm not sure I want shiny for this, because I'm going for something more careful, for more casual. Good name for a big fluffy cat. Marshmallow. Excellent. I'm wondering if I want to change these middle crystals here for some gray sea glass. What do you think? Do we want to leave it more sparkly, or do we want to leave it more dulled down, so to speak? We could also switch this little guy here for this one. Oh, except for he's more silver. I don't want silver in there. He's got gold findings. So. Pink jade and gray crystals. Yeah. His brother's Casper. The matte looks good. The matte one here. Yeah, I liked that. Or are you talking about the sea glass here rather than the crystal? So now we've got one likes the sea glass, two likes the sea glass, some like the sparkly. Of course, what we could do is take this guy back out of here and put a sparkly between here and then put the sea glass on either end. You like the sea glass better too? Thank you. Put you back where you belong. But I have, come here you. Yeah, let's switch you out. Put this bigger sparkly right here in the middle. What do you think, guys? Lily. Put the other one back in the middle, the smaller one? Or the gray striped one? The gray striped one. Okay. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. Now it's too small in the box. Oh well, we'll get it out later. So this sort of rondelle melon here in the middle. Like that. We like that? Maybe do 3 of those instead of 2. 3 of which ones, hon? So now we need to get it some, what I need to do is put this guy down and these gray beads down here. And we need to get it some spacers. I think because these are all flat like this, we're going to go with some washer spacers. I do have some gold washer spacers here beside me. Just put them in between. Da, da, da. And I'm going to get my, now this is a really old spool of Softflex Gold. It's my last spool of it. This is a heavy. This doesn't need heavy, but I do like this gold. These guys, these are gray with a blue pattern printed on them. Well, let's see what it would look like. take this guy out for right now. I don't think so. I like this one better. So we'll get my wire out here. Has anyone gotten their Beadbox bargains yet? I have not. I haven't even heard anything about mine yet. So usually, you know, I get a notice, though the last time when I got my notice, I got my notice the same day my box came. So, so who knows? Oops, where's your hole? There it is. Those two spacers drop right into this bead. I think we need a little something more. I'm gonna put we're gonna cut this off. Now I either need another spacer in there, I think, or a ball spacer inside the bead. Only one. So that it will pull the washer spacer out some so you can see it better. Come here, you. That's better. It's a concave in there, and it sunk the washer right into it. So okay. Now we need to hook it on. Okay, so we need some gold crimps. Now this wire is quite a bit stiffer than the normal medium Softlex. Its coating is a little bit different, and it's, like I said, this is a heavy. We don't need heavy for this, but I wanted the gold, and quite frankly, this crimps just great. So I don't have to worry about them sliding as much as I did with the more delicate gold. So on you go. Come on, ball spacer. I know you'll take 2 lines. There we go. Somebody's in my bedroom because I can hear noise. It must be Winter. Ugh. She's the last one I want in the bedroom. But oh well. Come on, baby. Go through the ball spacer.
Yes, I know. I'm letting him out.
Who was in the room, Winter?
No.
It was Finnegan?
Yes.
Oh, strange, because I would have swore he was out here when I came out here. Should have known she wouldn't have cared less about Winter.
No. But she kept going to Jay and me.
Yeah. So anyway, my daughter just let the cat out of the bedroom so the other one would settle down. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this wire a little bit more than normal. So we're going to get this down here. Come here, you. Because it doesn't want to go through the ball spacer. So we're going to have to get it cut inside this crystal bead, which is going to be a little easier said than done because it's got that concave spot in it. But we'll get it. So we need to pull this baby down. Come on, you. Come on, go down. Okay, let's see how much extra space I've got here. I need to take some of this out of here. Come on, down. Okay, we're good. So now we're going to crimp this baby. We're going to have to carefully get inside this concave to get the extra wire cut off here. Come on. There we go. So there is our bracelet, the more casual one done. We can just pull these to shorten it and lengthen it. But see how much of a difference this makes as far as looks are concerned with having this style of bracelet pull rather than these more delicate ones. This one is more the tiny, more delicate, elegant one. Then it gets a little bit thicker, but so you could wear this as everyday if you wish to. And this is definitely, in my opinion, more of an everyday one because it's got this cloth piece on it. So hey, Renee, I didn't see you pop on, honey. See what I missed while I was working on that one. yes, you could use it, a man could use this because it is a cloth piece. And if you want, we're going for using this specifically for a man. Well, these are all gray. They're pretty basic color anyway, so that would be fine. But you could use like a bone or wood. Um, those would both be pretty with these. No, it's not silver silk, Renee. Let's see, I got a couple more. I got these from Beadbox Bargains. It's like a canvas almost. And I don't know if they have them anymore. They do every once in a while, but I had two of the gray, one of this brown, and then I have a darker brown as well. So, but yeah, these would look really good for a man's bracelet if you were to like put bone or wood, or even more neutral colors. Though this is pretty neutral, but it does have the crystals. I'm not sure if a man would like the crystals. We could have took these crystals out though, and put some more masculine bead. Like if I was going to use gemstone on these, I have some nice petersite or some bronzite. Both would look good on them, on one of these brown ones. And how much time do we have left? We're at about an hour and 17. So when I say that, again, we've got these, I always want them to go this way. So it's not silver silk. It is like a canvas twisted cotton cord kind of thing. And it comes like this. You get it made up like this already. And it's just bracelet findings. So we've got these three, the two with the metal ones, the one with the canvas one already. Then there's this one. And this one I would probably, like I see, put bronzite, or if we're going for a man's bracelet, it would look better with, well, let's see what we've got that we could use. These all have gold findings, or I'd say we could even put one of those bats from the we've got this gold hematite. We could also put in it if we wanted that. Where are they? Where I put them? Oh, those are too big. We don't want to use those. Get my bone box out. Bone. Come here, bones. Bones, bones. Oh, there's the brown. Those are good. Da, 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 da. Where is my bone box at? It's carnelian. There they are. Bone. Pretty bone. You know, I have made bracelets that I specifically think, oh, man's bracelet, and and a lot of times they sell to women. Have you ever found that to be true? So these are some horn, and I'm thinking we'll put, this is the hematite from the Time Traveler box. I hadn't used it yet, so I just cut it open. And got one more than I needed, but I'm thinking instead of even putting any spacers in, we'll use the hematite like a spacer since it's a neutral color. There we go. Now I think for this one we'll use butterscotch. I have to get down to the Indian store and get some more of these bones. Or the more of the horn pieces here. These little red spacers I got from Heather, but I got the bone pieces, these amber bone pieces from the Nine Pipes Indian Museum gift store. So it's on the Salish Kootenai Reservation just south of us. So there's a nice little, we can hook that on. Actually, that would make a really pretty stretch bracelet or even a really pretty regular bracelet if I wanted to go that route. It's really nice. But I think we're just going to get a couple of gold spacers, not spacers, crimp tubes out. We're going to put this onto this particular bracelet piece. I also have amber pieces that would look really cool. So just hook it straight to our little rings here. Come back over here, crimp. You can, I usually make these ones have a tiny little loop at the end. You can make them longer than that if that's what you prefer, but I don't think they need a very big one. Like I say, you can do these with as many beads or as little beads as you want. Well, you don't want to do as many beads. You might make it way longer than you want it, but definitely is one of those kind of bracelets that you can definitely make it be shorter or longer, depending on what you want to do with it. Let's see. I almost cut that shorter than I like it. I like to have plenty of room to do my turn into my other beads here. Okay, we need to go way down here, much further than this. Come on. That second bead is a lot bigger than I normally have a bead on here, so it's not I may just pull it up right here because I don't want to argue with that bone bead that much, or the horn bead, I should say. So that might be just fine right there, even though there seems to be a big spot, but it's pretty tight over here. So we want to give it some space anyway. So we'll give it just a little bit more tightening so that we don't have a big loop up on this side. Push it down there, and then drop your pliers. Good going, Rose. There we go. Now this is definitely more of a man style, in my opinion. Though, like I said, I have made many bracelets that I was thinking of it more of a man's and woman to bottom. So, hey, Kim. So, I watched the sneak peek that Lauren did, so I haven't seen everything, but I have seen part of it. It looks like it's going to be a really pretty box. I think I heard it was called Arctic something. So there we go. We have 4 bracelets. All right, where did I put the rest of the hematite? Oh, there it is. Okay, where's your spot? Is it right here? Yeah. Come on, babies, go back in your home. Now I'm going to find something to use the peanut crystals I have out with, because they're pretty. See, they're like a peanut bead with a hole going through right through the middle here, and got the little bump outs on both sides. They're pretty. I'll put them with my quadrifoil. So anyway, here's the 2 with the cloth pieces, the gray and the brown. These are more, like I say, everyday wear kind of thing. Men could wear both of these, though they might not like the sparkle so much on this one. This one, I was thinking of men when I made it, but you know, a woman could wear this. This is really cool with the horn and the hematite. So there's our 2 cloth ones. And then we have our 2 glass and metal bracelet pieces. These 2 flower beads were out of our time traveler kit. And then this is the gold one, which is a lot more delicate, more elegant in my opinion. And all the beads other than this big one in the middle were from Time Traveler. So 4 bracelets. You're hoping that the February box is purple, not red. It's not a cord. It is a cord. I got these from Beadbox Bargains. They had them in variety colors, and it's a cloth. It's almost like a canvas, a wrapped canvas, though there is no seam. So it's obviously made like this in this circular pattern when it's made. But it feels like canvas. But it is a cloth, and I got these from Beadbox Bargains some time ago. These ones were a little more expensive than weirdly enough, the cloth ones were $1.99, whereas these, the gold, the metal ones were $1.89. So they're a little difference in price, but they're pretty close in price to each other. But so the little silver one has little balls at the bottom, and the little gold ones has little crystals at the bottom. So there's our 4 bracelets. You're afraid the box is going to be full of AB stuff. The new one? Yeah, it sets up really fast. It doesn't take long because you don't have to make a full bracelet and you don't have to put findings on it. All you have to do is make a little bead strand and hook it to the edges. Now, I do know they still have the metal ones. I don't know if they have the cloth ones left at Bargain Bead Box. Still, but they're really simple to make and they look really pretty. Like I said, these are more casual wear ones, more men's wear if they would rather. These are more elegant, especially this one, much more elegant with the little dainty chain and the little crystals at the bottom. Jan, I would seriously doubt if the box that comes out in February is a Valentine's box, because we won't get it till at least they don't mail them until the 10th. And so, well, they generally don't, but obviously they have this time because people are getting theirs, but they always say they try to have everything mailed by the 10th. And if it's mailed by the 10th, dimes to dollars, some people aren't going to get it till after the 14th. So I would think there won't be more of a Valentine's like the one. Thank you, Jenny. Thanks, Kim. What are these clasps? They're slider clasps. They're sliders. They're got a silicone knot in the middle of them, a silicone piece, and they slide up and down. So there's no real official clasp on them, because you just spread this out as far as you want it, like so. Put it on your wrist, take hold of it, and push it, the nut down. Now I push till I can get hold of these guys and then pull it up like this. Then once you got it down a little bit, you can just do it with one hand. So they just slide on like so. But it's not sliding well onto on my arm with my stack already on it. I should have put it on the other wrist. So very delicate. So just put it on and push it up. And then, like I say, once you get the buttons, the little things up just a ways where you can get on hold of them with your fingers, you can actually just do it one-handed. Easier said than done to do it with my right hand than my left, than the other hand, because I'm more used to, that's my more dominant hand, but you can just push. Oops, somebody's in trouble. I hear somebody getting screamed at in the other room. Oh, Lily's on the turtle tank, apparently. So simple to get on. Very delicate, though. So elegant. So, but yeah, this is one of the easier ones, bracelets that you can get on, because there is that silicone slider. You just have to get hold of the buttons at the end and pull. So there's no real official clasp on these because it is a slider. You love the one with the bone. Yeah, that turned out really nice, and it very, very simple. Just 2 different sizes of bone. Well, 3, because I've got these little discs are bone as well. They're just they're horn. they're just red horn and brown horn that I have here. And then the hematite beads from out of the time traveler kit. So very simple to do. I'm always getting you over to their site. I don't know if they'll have any left. I really, a few times I haven't seen the cloth ones. I have seen the metal ones. You have some of the sliders for leather, but you can't get both strands through. Heather has a trick for that. If you, well, though hers are just entirely silicone things, they don't have the metal in the middle. I mean, the metal on the outside. If you have just the plain silicone without the metal, Heather has a trick of taking her pliers and putting them in and then spreading them and to put them on. So let's turn up for just a few moments before we go. Oh, you have the metal ones too, Heather? Okay, I've only seen you use the ones that are straight silicone. So I have actually got a couple of the metal ones. I don't remember what I got it for, but I do have some somewhere up there somewhere. I have a lot of those somewheres, unfortunately. So anyway, we made our four pretty bracelets. And they're, like I say, they're very, very simple to make. They're pretty elegant. Like I say, you can have just one bead if that's all you want. Maybe a good sized bead like the crystal that's in the middle of the gold bracelet, or a whole bead strand like I tend to do. Because they do expand, you can do them, have less or more, however you want to do them. I'm glad you like them all. I think we're going to sign off. You just woke back up. You heard the horn beads. You got curious. Did you see the bracelet, Heather, with horn beads? We used the cloth spacer again and made the horn beads on this. So there is our bracelet. We used more of a man style with our slider bracelet back. This is cloth. I got it from BBB some time ago. And then we had the horn beads as our bead strand. Thank you, honey. And I was saying as I made it that I thought, well, this would make a really pretty stretch bracelet, neck also, as well as you could just make it into a regular bracelet. The bone part, I think it turned out really pretty. So, or horn, I should say. And then of course we have our gray one. And then we have the metal ones with the crystal on the gold with the little crystal spacers down there or dangles. And then we have the first one we started with our silver one. So there is our 4 bracelets using the slider bracelet findings. So okay, are you going to be on, Dominique, in a few? I assume, hopefully. I think you said you were going to come on and make earrings today. So anyway, we'll see you all later. I hope you all have a gorgeous day. We're going to go over and see Dominique make some earrings. So I think she said she was making earrings today. So we're going to go over there. And everybody have a lovely day. We'll see you all tomorrow morning if I don't see you over on Dominique's channel. Bye, everyone. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden.